If one day you suddenly become rich, pause for a moment and remember this money in your hands is not just about comfort or status, it's about purpose. Wealth does not define who you are, it reveals what you value. If you don't have a vision for your life, your wealth will simply magnify confusion. But if your life is rooted in principles, money becomes a tool to build, to serve, and to transform. Wealth can be a blessing or a burden, it depends on how you manage it. Don't let it master you, master it instead. The secret lies in stewardship. You've been entrusted with resources, not for selfish indulgence, but for impact. Think beyond your immediate needs and look at how your wealth can create solutions for others. A wise person once said, "A tree does not eat its own fruit likewise. The riches you've been given are meant to nourish others." When the applause comes, stay humble. When the temptations arise, remember your core values. Wealth can buy convenience, but it cannot purchase peace of mind or authentic relationships. Those are built on character, not currency. You must also guard your heart, for wealth has a way of drawing both friends and foes. Some will celebrate you for what you have, not for who you are. Learn to discern. Surround yourself with people who will protect your vision, hold you accountable, and remind you of your purpose. Above all, anchor yourself in something greater than riches. Wealth is fleeting, but purpose is eternal. Don't let the riches define your priorities. Let your priorities define how you use the riches. Let your heart remain focused on what truly matters, for the greatest treasure is not in the bank, it's in the lives you touch and the difference you make. When riches come, don't let them change you. Let them serve you as you fulfill your purpose. Wealth isn't about what you can take from life, it's about what you can give to it. Wealth carries a weight far greater than the physical assets it represents. It's not merely about numbers in a bank account or material possessions, it's about the influence, power, and opportunities that come with it. When you are entrusted with wealth, you are given the ability to shape lives, communities, and even future generations. This is why wealth must be handled with care and a sense of duty. The first responsibility of wealth is understanding that it is not yours alone. It is a resource you have been given to manage, not to hoard or squander. You are a steward, and how you use it reflects your values and priorities. Misusing wealth can bring harm, while using it wisely can bring hope and healing. It's a tool, and like any tool, its effectiveness depends on the hand that wields it. Wealth amplifies who you are at the core. If you are selfish, it will magnify your selfishness. If you are generous, it will expand your capacity to give. This is why wealth demands wisdom. Without a sense of purpose and clear principles, it can lead to reckless behavior, entitlement, or the illusion of invincibility. Wealth, if mismanaged, can destroy relationships, distort reality, and leave you emptier than before. The responsibility of wealth also extends to those around you. The decisions you make with your riches affect more than just your life. Your family, your community, and even strangers can feel the ripple effects of how you manage what you've been given. Do you create opportunities for others? Do you support causes that matter? Or do you allow wealth to isolate you, disconnecting you from the very people you are meant to impact? To carry the responsibility of wealth, one must practice discipline and humility. Wealth can tempt you to believe that you are self-sufficient, but true wisdom recognizes that every blessing comes with accountability. Use your wealth to uplift, to empower, and to invest in things that outlast you. That is the true measure of success, not in what you accumulate, but in what you contribute. Wealth is not the goal, it's the means to an end. And that end must always be higher than self-interest. When you embrace this mindset, wealth becomes a blessing, not a burden. It becomes a force for good, transforming lives and creating a legacy that endures. Choosing character over cash means prioritizing integrity, values, and principles above financial gain. While money can buy conveniences, it cannot purchase trust, respect, or peace of mind. Your character is the essence of who you are, the moral compass that guides your decisions, and the foundation upon which your legacy is built. Without it, even the greatest fortune is hollow. Wealth is temporary, but character endures. Money can come and go. It can be earned, spent, or lost. However, your character defines how you handle both abundance and scarcity. It shapes your relationships, influences how others perceive you, and determines the quality of your life beyond material possessions. People may be drawn to your wealth, but they will remain because of the strength of your character. When financial gain is prioritized over principles, it leads to compromise and corruption. The temptation to sacrifice honesty, kindness, or fairness for profit can be strong, but the cost of such decisions is immeasurable. No amount of money can restore a tarnished reputation or mend broken relationships caused by greed or dishonesty. True wealth is found in living with integrity, even when it costs you financially. Character gives purpose to wealth. A person with strong values understands that money is a tool, not an identity. They use their resources to uplift others, invest in meaningful causes, and make a difference in their community. Their actions are guided by a sense of responsibility, not by the pursuit of material gain. Wealth in the hands of a person with character becomes a force for good, while in the hands of the unprincipled, it can become a source of harm. Riches test your true nature. They can amplify your virtues or expose your flaws. The more you acquire, the more opportunities you have to either live selflessly or indulge selfishly. Your character determines which path you choose. Will you remain humble in the face of abundance? Will you treat others with dignity, regardless of their financial status? These are questions only your values can answer. At the end of life, it is not the size of your bank account that will be remembered, but the impact you had on others. Were you trustworthy? Did you honor your commitments? Did you use your resources to bring hope and change? These are the measures of a meaningful life, and they are rooted in character, not cash. True success is about being the kind of person money cannot corrupt. It's about living in such a way that your integrity is never for sale. When you prioritize character over cash, you gain something far more valuable: peace of mind, respect, and a legacy that outlives your possessions. Money can build a life of comfort, but character builds a life of significance. Purpose-driven wealth is about aligning financial resources with a greater vision that extends beyond personal gain. It transforms money from a mere instrument of consumption into a tool for creating impact, solving problems, and leaving a meaningful legacy. Wealth without purpose can quickly lead to emptiness and recklessness, but when guided by a clear sense of mission, it becomes a force for good in the world. The foundation of purpose-driven wealth is understanding why you have been entrusted with it. Wealth is not an accident, it is an opportunity to serve, to give, and to create. It is a resource meant to be used wisely to fulfill not just personal desires, but to address larger needs. A purposeful approach to wealth views it as a means to advance a vision, whether that involves helping others, building communities, or supporting transformative causes. Without purpose, wealth becomes dangerous. It can lead to indulgence, selfishness, and a constant hunger for more, never truly satisfying the deeper desires of the soul. Money can easily take control of your life if it isn't guided by a higher objective. Purpose acts as a compass, ensuring that wealth serves you rather than enslaving you. It keeps you grounded, reminding you that money is not the goal, but the means to something far greater. Purpose-driven wealth requires intentionality. It is not about accumulating riches for their own sake, but about channeling them into meaningful endeavors. This might mean investing in education, supporting charitable organizations, funding innovation, or empowering others to achieve their potential. When your wealth is tied to a vision that benefits others, it multiplies its value not just materially, but emotionally and spiritually. Living with purpose-driven wealth also demands discipline. It's easy to be distracted by the allure of luxury or the pressure to conform to societal standards of success. But true fulfillment comes from knowing your wealth is making a difference. It involves prioritizing long-term impact over short-term gratification. It is about choosing legacy over lifestyle and significance over status. Wealth driven by purpose inspires generosity. When you recognize that your resources can change lives, you find joy in giving. You understand that sharing does not diminish what you have, but enriches it. The more you give with intention, the more profound your impact becomes, creating a ripple effect that touches countless lives. Ultimately, purpose-driven wealth is about living for something bigger than yourself. It's about ensuring that the riches you possess are not wasted on fleeting pleasures, but invested in eternal outcomes. It's about using what you have to build, uplift, and transform. True wealth is not measured by the money you accumulate, but by the difference you make with it. When wealth is driven by purpose, it ceases to be a burden and becomes a blessing not just for you, but for the world around you. Wealth as a stewardship means recognizing that the resources you possess are not entirely your own, but have been entrusted to you for a greater purpose. It shifts the perspective from ownership to responsibility, reminding you that wealth is a temporary gift requiring careful management and intentional use. This mindset transforms how you view and handle money, emphasizing accountability, humility, and service. Being a steward of wealth starts with understanding its source. Regardless of how it is earned through hard work, opportunity, or inheritance, wealth ultimately stems from a combination of factors beyond your control, such as timing, environment, and even divine favor. This realization keeps you grounded, removing any sense of entitlement. It reminds you that wealth is a privilege, not a right, and with privilege comes responsibility. Stewardship requires intentionality in how wealth is used. It is not about hoarding riches or indulging in extravagance, but about managing resources with wisdom and foresight. A good steward evaluates the impact of every financial decision, ensuring that it aligns with ethical values and contributes to long-term goals. This involves budgeting, saving, investing, and giving in ways that reflect a deeper sense of purpose. Wealth and stewardship is not just about personal benefit, but about creating positive change. A steward asks, how can this be used to serve others? This could mean supporting causes that uplift the disadvantaged, investing in education, building opportunities for the underprivileged, or funding initiatives that address pressing social issues. Wealth managed with a stewardship mindset becomes a tool for transformation, creating ripples of impact that extend far beyond the individual. Stewardship also involves a commitment to fairness and equity. It's about recognizing that the resources entrusted to you should not exploit or harm others, but instead contribute to collective well-being. This perspective fosters generosity as a steward understands that giving does not deplete wealth but multiplies its value. Sharing resources enriches communities and strengthens connections, making wealth a unifying force rather than a divisive one. At its core, stewardship is about accountability. It acknowledges that one day you will be called to account for how you managed what was given to you. Did you use your wealth wisely? Did you create opportunities for others? Did you leave a positive mark on the world? These questions guide a steward's choices, ensuring that wealth is handled with integrity and a sense of duty. Stewardship also promotes humility. It reminds you that wealth is fleeting. What you have today could be gone tomorrow. This awareness prevents arrogance and encourages gratitude. A steward appreciates the resources they have and remains mindful of their responsibility to use them well. In the end, wealth as a stewardship is not about accumulating possessions, but about fulfilling a purpose. It's about using what you have to make a meaningful difference, to uplift others, and to contribute to something greater than yourself. A life of stewardship turns wealth into a blessing, not just for the one who manages it, but for everyone it touches. Generosity multiplies wealth because it aligns with principles that transcend material gain, creating cycles of abundance and fulfillment. At its core, generosity is not about the amount given, but the spirit in which it is shared. It is an act of faith that acknowledges a profound truth: the more you give. The more you give, the more you open yourself to receive, not just materially, but emotionally, spiritually, and relationally. When you are generous, you create opportunities for others, and in doing so, you contribute to an ecosystem of growth and gratitude. Wealth shared wisely can empower individuals, transform communities, and solve pressing problems. The impact of generosity often outlasts the giver, creating ripples that touch lives in ways you may never see. Whether it is through financial support, time, or resources, acts of giving sow seeds that bear fruit in ways that multiply beyond the initial act. Generosity also transforms the giver. It shifts the focus from scarcity to abundance, breaking the fear that there will never be enough. This mindset frees you from hoarding and cultivates trust in the principle that resources, when used for good, tend to replenish. Giving with a joyful heart creates a sense of purpose and fulfillment that no amount of hoarded wealth can provide. It enriches your soul, builds your character, and strengthens your relationships. Moreover, generosity fosters reciprocity. When you give to others, you create connections and inspire others to give as well. This cycle of giving and receiving builds networks of mutual support. Generosity is contagious. It encourages those around you to adopt the same mindset, creating a culture of sharing and abundance. In this way, your giving does not merely benefit others, it inspires a chain reaction of kindness and provision. Practically speaking, generosity often leads to unexpected opportunities. When you support others, whether through investments, mentorship, or acts of kindness, you pave the way for doors to open in return. People remember generosity, and it builds trust and goodwill that can lead to new partnerships, friendships, and ventures. The more you pour into others, the more others are willing to pour into you. Generosity also strengthens communities. When individuals give back, they contribute to the collective well-being, addressing needs that might otherwise go unmet. This creates an environment where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, which in turn fosters economic, social, and emotional prosperity. A rising tide lifts all boats, and generosity is often the tide that creates a more equitable and flourishing society. Importantly, generosity is not limited to financial giving. Sharing your time, talents, and energy can be equally impactful. Acts of kindness, mentorship, and encouragement have a value that cannot be measured in dollars, but can profoundly change lives. True wealth is not only about what you have, but also about what you are willing to give of yourself. In giving, you tap into an eternal principle: what you sow, you reap. This law of multiplication means that the act of giving not only benefits others, but also enriches your life in unexpected ways. Generosity creates an overflow, whether in peace, joy, relationships, or resources that returns to you multiplied. It is a paradox of wealth: the more you release, the more you gain, not necessarily in the same form, but in ways that bring deeper satisfaction and meaning. Ultimately, generosity reflects the understanding that wealth is not just for personal use, but for the greater good. It shifts your perspective from ownership to stewardship, recognizing that the resources you hold are meant to serve a purpose beyond yourself. When you embrace this mindset, you experience the profound truth that generosity does not deplete wealth, it multiplies it, creating a legacy of abundance that enriches both the giver and the receiver. Avoiding sudden extravagance is a principle rooted in wisdom, discipline, and self-control. When wealth comes suddenly, whether through inheritance, a windfall, or rapid success, the temptation to indulge in lavish spending can be overwhelming. However, unchecked extravagance often leads to regret, instability, and financial ruin. It is vital to pause, reflect, and approach wealth with a clear plan rather than succumbing to the impulse to spend freely. Sudden wealth often creates a false sense of security, leading people to believe that the flow of resources is endless. This illusion can result in reckless decisions, such as purchasing luxury items, overcommitting to expensive lifestyles, or making hasty investments. Without proper planning, these actions can drain resources quickly, leaving little to show for the newfound fortune. By avoiding sudden extravagance, you preserve your wealth and ensure it serves a meaningful purpose. Maintaining moderation allows you to make thoughtful choices. It gives you time to evaluate what truly matters, aligning your spending with your long-term goals and values. Immediate extravagance often prioritizes fleeting pleasures over lasting fulfillment. A new car or designer wardrobe may bring temporary excitement, But without a deeper sense of purpose, these purchases quickly lose their value. Instead, a deliberate approach to wealth ensures that your resources contribute to both your well-being and your legacy. Avoiding extravagance also helps you stay grounded. Sudden wealth can lead to arrogance or a disconnection from reality as material possessions become a means of proving status or worth. This mindset not only isolates you but also distorts your priorities. When you live modestly, even in abundance, you remain connected to your values and relationships. True wealth is not measured by what you own, but by how you live and the impact you have on others. Extravagance can also attract unwanted attention. Flashy spending often draws people who are more interested in your money than in you. It can invite manipulation, envy, and even exploitation. By avoiding ostentatious displays of wealth, you protect yourself from unnecessary complications and maintain control over your financial and personal life. Discretion is a shield that allows you to manage your resources without undue interference. Practical wisdom suggests taking time to learn about wealth management before making significant financial decisions. Consulting trusted advisors, setting budgets, and establishing clear goals are essential steps to prevent wasteful spending. Wealth, when properly managed, grows and creates opportunities for long-term security and impact. Sudden extravagance, however, depletes resources that could have been invested in building a brighter future. Avoiding lavishness also cultivates gratitude and contentment. It shifts the focus from what you can buy to what you can build, whether that's a secure financial foundation, meaningful relationships, or a life filled with purpose. When you resist the urge to overspend, you gain the freedom to use your wealth intentionally, creating value that lasts far beyond momentary indulgences. Ultimately, avoiding sudden extravagance is about respect for your wealth, your future, and the people around you. It demonstrates maturity and foresight, ensuring that your resources are used wisely rather than wasted on superficial displays. By living with restraint and purpose, you honor the gift of wealth and position yourself to make a lasting impact both in your own life and in the lives of others. Surrounding yourself with wisdom is one of the most powerful decisions you can make in life. The people you choose to associate with shape your thoughts, influence your decisions, and ultimately determine the direction your life will take. Wisdom, when sought and embraced, can serve as a guiding light, helping you navigate challenges, make better decisions, and live with purpose. Those who possess wisdom have a deep understanding of life's complexities. They see beyond the surface and understand the deeper principles that govern success, relationships, and personal growth. By surrounding yourself with such individuals, you tap into a reservoir of knowledge and experience that can help you avoid common pitfalls and accelerate your personal development. Wisdom is not just about intelligence or knowledge, it's about applying that knowledge in a way that is practical, meaningful, and beneficial. When you seek wisdom, you also cultivate a sense of humility. You recognize that no matter how much you know, there is always more to learn. People who have wisdom are often humble, understanding that their knowledge is not absolute. By listening to those who have walked the path before you, you can gain insight into areas you may not have considered and avoid making costly mistakes. This willingness to learn from others, especially those with more experience, opens the door to growth and transformation. Surrounding yourself with wisdom also requires discernment. Not all advice is equal, and not all individuals will have your best interests at heart. It's crucial to identify those whose lives reflect the values, integrity, and success you aspire to achieve. Wisdom isn't just about what people say, but how they live. When you choose to learn from those whose actions align with their words, you ensure that the advice you receive is both practical and valuable. Additionally, those who embody wisdom tend to offer perspective, especially during times of uncertainty. They can help you see challenges from different angles, providing clarity when you feel lost or overwhelmed. Their guidance can help you make decisions that are not driven by emotion, but by careful consideration and long-term thinking. Wisdom helps you slow down, weigh your options, and take a step back to see the bigger picture, avoiding impulsive decisions that might lead to regret. Surrounding yourself with wisdom also encourages accountability. Wise individuals are not afraid to speak truth into your life, even when it's uncomfortable. They challenge you to become your best self, to rise above mediocrity, and to live with integrity. Their influence pushes you to maintain high standards, both in your actions and in your thinking. This kind of accountability is essential for growth, as it prevents complacency and encourages you to keep evolving. The environment you place yourself in affects your mindset. Wisdom isn't just found in individuals, but also in the collective environment you foster. By surrounding yourself with wise people, you create a culture of learning, improvement, and growth. You become part of a community that values wisdom over ignorance, progress over stagnation. This kind of environment fosters creativity, resilience, and a drive for excellence, as everyone pushes one another to reach higher levels of success. The true power of surrounding yourself with wisdom is that it broadens your perspective. It opens your mind to new ideas, new approaches, and new possibilities that you may not have considered on your own. Wisdom doesn't limit you, it expands your vision, helping you think beyond the immediate and into the future. By learning from those who have seen more, experienced more, and achieved more, you gain the insight to build a life that is rich with purpose, direction, and fulfillment. In the end, wisdom is the bridge between knowledge and action. It takes what we know and helps us apply it in the best possible way. By surrounding yourself with wisdom, you are positioning yourself to make informed, thoughtful decisions that align with your values and your goals. It's not just about seeking advice, it's about cultivating a mindset that values learning, growth, and the constant pursuit of understanding. Protecting your mental health is one of the most important actions you can take to ensure a fulfilling and successful life. Mental health is the foundation of your emotional well-being, decision-making, relationships, and overall sense of purpose. Without it, everything else can begin to unravel, affecting your physical health, productivity, and quality of life. It is essential to recognize the importance of caring for your mind with the same intention and effort you put into maintaining your body or finances. Your mental health shapes your ability to navigate life's challenges, handle stress, and bounce back from adversity. When your mind is healthy, you have the strength to face difficult situations with resilience, clarity, and calm. On the other hand, mental strain or neglect can cloud your judgment, drain your energy, and hinder your potential. Protecting your mental health means acknowledging the pressure and demands of life and giving yourself the space to recover, recharge, and reset. Boundaries play a crucial role in preserving your mental well-being. In today's fast-paced world, where we are constantly bombarded with information, expectations, and responsibilities, it can be easy to neglect your needs. Saying no to things that drain your energy or compromise your peace of mind is essential. Whether it's distancing yourself from toxic relationships, reducing exposure to negativity, or setting limits on work or social obligations, creating boundaries is an act of self-respect. By protecting your space and time, you create a sanctuary where you can reflect, heal, and focus on what truly matters. Mental health also thrives in environments that are nurturing and supportive. Surrounding yourself with positive, uplifting people who encourage your growth and well-being is essential. Toxic environments, whether in the form of relationships, workplaces, or social circles, can wear down your mental health. Negative influences can sow doubt, foster anxiety, and create emotional burdens that are difficult to shake. When you choose to be around people who uplift you, offer encouragement, and challenge you in healthy ways, you build a solid support system that helps you stay grounded and mentally strong. Taking time to care for yourself is another vital aspect of protecting your mental health. Self-care is often overlooked or undervalued, especially in a world that demands constant productivity. But neglecting your emotional needs can lead to burnout, depression, and exhaustion. Self-care doesn't always have to be extravagant. It can be as simple as getting enough rest, taking a walk in nature, journaling, meditating, or engaging in hobbies that bring you joy and relaxation. Giving yourself permission to rest and recharge is not indulgent. It is necessary for maintaining mental strength and clarity. Mindfulness and reflection also play powerful roles in mental health. Taking time to check in with yourself, to understand your feelings, and to process your thoughts allows you to stay connected to your inner state. It gives you the chance to recognize when stress or anxiety is building so you can address it before it becomes overwhelming. Meditation, prayer, or quiet moments of contemplation can help you achieve a sense of calm, bringing you back to center when life's noise becomes too much. By practicing mindfulness, you are actively engaging in your mental well-being and reinforcing your ability to stay calm and present. Physical health is intricately linked to mental health, and protecting your body is an essential part of safeguarding your mind. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and sufficient sleep all contribute to better mental health by reducing stress, improving mood, and boosting energy levels. When your body is healthy, your mind follows suit. This holistic approach reinforces the idea that protecting your mental health involves taking care of both your physical and emotional needs. Mental health requires ongoing attention. Just as physical health needs regular care, so does mental health. You may experience periods of stress, anxiety, or sadness, and it is important to address these emotions rather than suppress them. Reaching out for support when needed, whether through talking to a trusted friend, family member, or professional, is not a sign of weakness, but a proactive step toward maintaining your mental health. Seeking therapy or counseling can provide a safe space to explore your emotions and gain strategies to cope with challenges in a healthy way. Protecting your mental health also means letting go of perfectionism and embracing the reality that life is full of ups and downs. It is about accepting that you do not need to have everything figured out and that setbacks are a natural part of the journey. By learning to manage your expectations and be compassionate with yourself, you cultivate resilience and avoid the overwhelming pressure that often leads to mental strain. Staying anchored in faith and purpose is a cornerstone for a resilient and fulfilling life. In a world full of distractions, uncertainties, and challenges, having a deep-rooted sense of faith and clarity about your purpose provides the stability and direction needed to navigate life's ups and downs. Faith, in this sense, is not limited to religious belief, but is a broader trust in something greater than yourself, a belief in your potential, in a higher power, or in the principles that guide your life. Purpose is the driving force that shapes your decisions, actions, and the legacy you wish to leave behind. Together, they serve as the compass that keeps you grounded no matter the storms you may face. Faith gives you a sense of hope and confidence even when circumstances seem unfavorable. It allows you to trust that things are unfolding as they should, even when the path is unclear. When you are anchored in faith, you understand that setbacks, obstacles, and delays are often temporary, and that each challenge presents an opportunity for growth. This mindset helps you to stay calm in the midst of chaos, knowing that there is a larger purpose at work, even if it's not immediately evident. Faith transforms how you view adversity. It shifts your perspective from seeing it as a roadblock to recognizing it as part of your journey to greater strength, wisdom, and understanding. Purpose, on the other hand, provides clarity and focus. It gives meaning to your actions and helps you prioritize what truly matters. A person without purpose is like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly and reacting to the waves of life rather than steering toward a destination. When you are anchored in purpose, you have a clear vision of where you are headed and why. This purpose fuels your passions, drives your ambitions, and helps you make decisions that align with your core values. It serves as the filter through which you evaluate your opportunities and challenges, guiding you toward choices that resonate with your deepest desires. Faith and purpose are intertwined, feeding into each other and strengthening your resilience. Faith helps you trust the process and take bold steps toward your purpose, even when the outcome is uncertain. It encourages you to keep moving forward in belief, knowing that each step you take brings you closer to fulfilling your purpose. Likewise, having a clear purpose fuels your faith, giving it direction and a tangible focus. Purpose reminds you why you have faith in the first place, helping you to stay grounded in your convictions and aspirations. Moreover, staying anchored in faith and purpose helps you find meaning in every aspect of your life. It provides a sense of fulfillment that is not dependent on material success or recognition, but on the impact you are making in the world around you. Whether it's through your work, your relationships, or your personal growth, living with purpose allows you to contribute to something greater than yourself. It empowers you to be of service to others, to uplift those around you, and to live with a sense of gratitude and joy, knowing that you are living in alignment with your true calling. Even in times of difficulty, faith and purpose act as sources of strength. Life will always present challenges, but when you are anchored in faith and purpose, you find the courage to persist. Faith provides the assurance that you are not alone, and purpose gives you the motivation to keep going, even when the path is hard. This combination allows you to see beyond the temporary discomforts of life and to focus on the long-term vision that lies ahead. In moments of doubt, returning to your faith and purpose recenters you. It reminds you of who you are, what you stand for, and why you are on this journey. It helps you to rise above the noise and distractions, focusing on the things that truly matter. The strength that comes from being anchored in faith and purpose is unshakable. It provides clarity in times of uncertainty, peace in times of chaos, and resilience in the face of adversity. With this foundation, you can weather any storm and continue moving forward, confident that you are on the path that you were always meant to walk. In conclusion, staying anchored in faith and purpose is not just a strategy for survival, but a powerful way to thrive in a world that is often unpredictable and overwhelming. It is the bedrock upon which true fulfillment is built. When you are rooted in faith, you develop the resilience to face challenges with unwavering confidence, knowing that there is a greater plan at work. And when you are guided by a clear sense of purpose, every step you take is infused with meaning, direction, and passion. Do not let life's storms sway you. Do not let temporary setbacks distract you from your destiny. When you know your purpose and trust in the faith that guides you, nothing can derail you from fulfilling your potential. Stand firm in your belief, keep your vision clear, and press forward with boldness, for you are here for a reason. Your faith and purpose are the keys to unlocking a life that is not only successful but profoundly impactful. The journey may not always be easy, but with faith as your anchor and purpose as your compass, you will always find your way. Your future is bright, your potential is limitless, and the world is waiting for you to step into your greatness.